Good morning. It is a Friday morning. It's the 11th of March. My hard drive is making a terrible noise. I don't think that's good. I've got a great hard drive and I got plenty of space on it, but when it makes noise like that, I'm starting to wonder if that's not the beginning of the end. We've got audio, that's good. How are you this morning? How are you? This is a weird day in St. Louis. It was getting warmer, and now we had snow overnight, not like a lot, but a dusting, they would say. And so it's cold. Ugh. Got a lot of things going on this weekend. Friday, got a showing tonight. I've got stupid amount of showings tomorrow. Sunday's looking pretty bare right now, but maybe if somebody wants something, we'll write an offer and we'll be due on Sunday. So that's what I'm looking forward to today. It's the 12th consecutive stream. Stats are good. The stream stats are really good. The Deerwood Realty stats are not bad, not terrible. The Clips channel, I'm so upset with myself because I just never get to it. I'll just tell you about my day yesterday. Got up, did my live stream, got dressed, went to lunch with a friend, and then came home and looked for something, looked for motivation, a muse, if you will, for a podcast. Didn't find anything for like 2 hours, which is not good. Finally found something, wrote it up, shot it, put it together, uploaded it. We're at like 6 o'clock. And my fingers were hurting because I'd been searching for stuff the whole time. So then I worked a little bit more, had lunch or had dinner, and then I ended up just giving up at like 8. Now I know I want to do a live stream starting at 9 o'clock Central Time about the joy of employment, and I've been working on it. I'm starting to get data together and stuff so I can at least provide a show, but it's not going to be ready for a while because I'm running out of time. I've got to get my taxes in order. That's not good. I've got to, sell some houses. That would be, number one plan. And then, I don't know. So that was yesterday. Today is live stream, and then we got to go and got another lunch. Then we got to go do some stuff. But we're going to show a house tonight. It's going to be interesting because the buyers have been looking for a certain square footage for over 6 months. And whenever we see a house at that, we go and they like it. They're like, "This is a big house. This is great." And then when we go to, the husband has decided that maybe a smaller house is better. And so now we're going to go look at a smaller house tonight. And I think that what's going to happen is we're going to walk through and the wife is going to say, "This is stupid. This is no better than the house we have now. I don't want this." I think that's what's going to happen. That's my guess, but I don't know. Could be wrong. Tomorrow, here's when I know I'm in trouble for a house. Like the chance of getting it is not great. When I am going to the listing, when my my colleague Jan is going to the listing with other buyers, and when I hear about the listing from another agent who is also going to the listing, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign that house is going to be, how do I put it? I don't think it's going to go for asking. And yesterday they sent over an email that said we're going to extend the time for offers until Sunday because there's or till Monday because there's no room to see the house anymore. Completely booked. So, not a good situation there. Not really looking forward to that one. But whatevs. I'm just messing with you. I don't know. I'm trying to have some fun this morning. It's like the days are starting to get like same over and over again, which is annoying. So, let's go over this quote just because we haven't gone over it in a while. The quote from Naval: "It's the single most important decision you make is where you live. It drives your business opportunities, relationships, food and water supply, politics, activities, and day-to-day quality of life." Yes. Yes, this is so. I just think it's important to realize that if your situation's terrible, move. Not move because you're angry or not move or anything. Just move. Just if your situation's not going well, just get out of where you are and try something new. Doesn't matter how much it costs, just get out. There's no point in sitting somewhere where you have no opportunity, where things aren't going well for you. Switch it up. Change where you live. It's okay. It's okay. So let's go over one of my favorite things to do, and that's look at my who's beating me in live streaming this morning. I haven't looked at it in a while. It's been maybe a week or two. I'm pretty excited about it. I have to find, okay, here's the live tab. So we got I don't think it's fair for me to compare myself against music channels. You can listen to a music channel in the background, and that doesn't count. I'm quite positive, unless of course I'm beating one of them, and then it's totally on the table. So let's take a look here. We got NASA Livestream, Earth from Space. That's got 468 people watching. We've got AMC Market Watch Livestream. He's got 292 people watching that. A lot of stock stuff in the morning. You got ARK Invest. You've got Stock Market Live. Here's one. I'm giving 1,000 Robux to every viewer. Robux giveaway live. He's got 119 people watching him. 6,100 watching more trading, Bitcoin trading, swing trading, and then ARK Invest Live has 2. If I look at real estate, I'm on there on the real estate thing. I am. But I don't know if that's just because it's me and they put it in there. But I mean, and it's everywhere. I'm pretty happy that I'm representing as well as I am. But not a lot of live streaming this morning. I don't understand. Where is everybody? What's everybody doing? We're not going to live stream early in the morning? That's not good. I think that it's pretty clear that this is a medium for people that can't sleep at night. This is why I'm going to do mine at 9. Anyway, that's that. Let's look at Google Trends. I'm gonna do it a little differently. I'm gonna let you see Google Trends today, and you tell me if there's something there worth talking about. I don't think it's gonna go well. Let me go over here. Okay, so I'm gonna make it so that you can see it. Here we go. Okay, here it is. Here's Google Trends for today, and it's for today and for yesterday. I typically like to show you stuff from yesterday because it's fun. So, I was like, Willie Nelson died. I was all upset. I just saw it. That would have been terrible, but it was his sister, which probably doesn't make it any better. But I don't know anything that she's sung, so I'm sad that she's dead. But I mean, when you put Willie Nelson there and then it's not Willie Nelson, it's not good. Not good. So, what do we got here? It's weird. We got UC Smollett. I don't think anything needs to be said about that dude. I mean, seriously. We got Grimes. I don't think anything needs to be said about that. Not dude. MLB. Great. Thank the Lord. They came back. They agreed to share their millions in a different percentage. Oh, thank the Lord. I don't care. Khalil Mack. I think he was pretty good at one point in time. I don't know if he's still any good. Barcelona is a soccer team. I don't know what good that's going to do me. The Players Championship. I'm not a golfer. Madison Cawthorn. I would just say that I don't like this kind of stuff. We're in a really strange world, okay? Really strange. And let me see, I can pull that up too. I don't know. You can see this? Can you see this? Did you see my new browser? I told you when they started playing over there at DuckDuckGo that it wasn't going to go very well, that it was going to happen pretty quickly because I hate. And when somebody does something, you have to respond immediately. You can't wait around for a month and then decide to change it, because then the company doesn't get the feedback it needs. They need feedback to know that it's not okay to re-rank search results on quote-unquote disinformation when no one knows what that even means, or propaganda. When I mean, look at the United States press and tell me that isn't propaganda. So anyway, I changed it. So let me pull it off of there. Well, let me do this. Okay, you go here. Okay, and stay on the Madison Cawthorn thing. No, I can't do it that way. I want to set it up so that I don't have to. Okay, here, I can do it this way. You stay there. I'm going to go here, and I'm going to try and figure this out. Okay, I've got this. I don't want to do this one here because I don't particularly like. I have to be careful because I don't want to pull like an article that's how do I put it? Might be the best one. Okay, here we go. This ought to be good. Except I screwed this up. Isn't this great? The joys of live television when John just makes stuff up to put on there. It's not great. I'm sorry. I should have had this done ahead of time, but my brain was not functioning. Oh, shoot, and I did that. My brain was not functioning this. Oh, let me ask you a question, chat, since, you know. I'm shooting video now, okay? And when I do a video, now when I render it, I'm rendering it in a lower, I'm lowering it a lower thing than what I'm recording it. And I don't want to do that. I just wanted to match it up perfectly so that I didn't have to do a lot of, I didn't have to take a lot of processing power. So if you can explain to me what I did wrong so that I don't have that problem, that would be good. Because I don't know. All right. We'll go here and here. Put this here. Okay. We'll go to that in a minute. But anyway, so this is Google search, okay? And it says Madison Cawthorn. Now it says Rep Madison Cawthorn. This is what they brought up. Who'd make a good Russian mark. Okay? I don't think that's an accident. I think we need to be very, very careful when we start labeling people Russian marks. I mean, seriously. Who are you to decide who's some? I mean, this is so bizarre to me. I grew up, and we literally were worried we were going to be bombed into smithereens every day of our lives. We would have at school, we'd have these fallout shelters we were supposed to go into. Okay, like the Russians were the enemy, and it was not under any question. Okay, but that was 30 years ago. Okay, the obsession with Russia after Russia fell is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Now, does that make me a Russian mark? No, it makes me a realist. They use Russia whenever they want to, whenever, like, you can't blame China, okay, which owns the United States, in my opinion. Can't blame them. But you can blame the Russians because everyone will still fall for it. There's still enough old people out there that still believe that Russia is the main enemy in the world. It's just wrong. It's just wrong. What in the world? And so now we have these, anytime you say anything about Russia that's not with the controlled narrative, you are automatically shunned. And it's like, so now I don't know. I don't know what Madison Cawthorn does. I have no idea. I think he's a congressperson. I don't think he's in the Senate because Lindsey Graham's got that seat for the Republicans and is totally just using it for his own, personal piggy bank. But the idea that you would call someone a Russian mark, I saw this a lot, even in the local press. They called our senator Howley. He's a Russian mark. Anytime you say like, hey, maybe this is a bit of a more complicated issue than you're letting on, you get called a Russian mark. And so I just wanted to go over that now. I'm hoping my stream stays up. I'll check that too because I don't want to run afoul of YouTube. I'm positive that people are using getting banned from YouTube as a marketing thing. Okay, don't get me wrong. I've been banned from YouTube, but I just don't want to be that person. Okay, I don't want to get banned either. So I know that the AI takes certain words and they're like, no, you're not doing this one. So here we go. I don't have to worry about being demonetized on my stream because I don't have any monetization. I'm not monetized. And look, I'm live. Everything's golden. Just checking one more thing. Yeah, no issues. No issues. So good. Good. I'm glad. So let's, because we have this article that says, because we saw that it says that Madison Cawthorn is a shill for Russia, essentially, let's take a look at this this decision that I find to be absolutely ridiculous. And this is part of a larger problem. It shows what the problem is. It's quite obvious to people that see it, but the people that don't are like, you're being silly. I know that there's propaganda on the Russian side and the Ukrainian side. And I know that nations from the United States on have been waging an information war on the side of the actual conflict. Okay? And what has happened is we have these tech oligarchs have weighed in and they've decided that they're going to go ahead and let the narrative be shaped. Now, I don't want Russia invading another country. Okay? Please understand. I don't want Ukraine people, I don't want the people of Ukraine being murdered. I don't want the people of Russia, the soldiers, being murdered. I'm for life. I mean, this is ridiculous. So this whole war is bizarre to me because every day Russia meets with someone and then that doesn't work out. Either they meet with the Ukrainian delegation or they meet with Macron. Macron yesterday was crying all over the place, making an ass of himself. France, for as far as legitimate country that someone cares about, I would say not. Like, honestly, I gotta believe they're below Canada, and Canada, no one cares about Canada as far as on the world stage. I'm not trying to rip on the citizens. I'm just saying it's like no one cares. And really, the United States in this particular, because of our actions, we've been marginalized significantly. Our influence is very, very little in this space. We're such a joke to the rest of the world, and we're a joke because, we voted this way. Apparently, I've been told that there's no fraud in the election that would change the outcome. That's what the official oligarchs have said, and so that's what I mean. Obviously, this is the case, and so the oligarchs have now decided that it's okay if you urge violence against Russian invaders. Okay, so Facebook has its own rules. Okay, and one of those is you can't you can't threaten violence against a group. Now, you can. It just has to be the right group. That's always been the case. This is the first time, in my opinion, that they've actually just openly broadcast what group they want you to speak violence of. But, let's be honest. There's plenty of groups on there that spread violence, and there's plenty of groups that don't spread violence but get thrown off the platform. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that the United States Congress, the executive branch, the fact that none of them have stepped in, shows two things. One, they want this. They think this is great because it benefits them. And two, there is no two-party system. When Republicans complain that they get booted off of Facebook, they have a very simple solution. They could change the laws, but they don't. And you say, well, they're not in power. They were in power. They had the executive branch, the Congress, and the Senate, and they didn't do anything. And that's why whenever everyone says, oh, they're going to come back and it's going to be glorious. No, it's a uniparty. It's a uniparty up there, and it's all about money, and that's okay. But if you think that anyone cares about you up there, no. They're busy flinging bombs over it in the Ukraine and Russia. They think that's the best place to be, or hoping to. They need to come up with a justification. So it says Meta platforms, so Facebook and Instagram, will allow users in some countries to call for violence against Russians, the actual citizens, and Russian soldiers in the context of the Ukraine invasion, according to internal emails seen by Reuters on Thursday, in a temporary change to its hate speech policy. So it's okay. Understand, if it's with the tech oligarch narrative, it's totally okay to do whatever you want to on the platform. If it's not, not okay. And by not okay, meaning you have to be totally aligned with the uniparty in this case. So, okay, so now we're going to change our rules. And it says, the social media company also is temporarily allowing some posts that call for the death to President Vladimir Putin or Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko, according to internal emails to its content monitor. So it's okay, totally okay. It says, as a result of the Russian invasion of Ukraine, we have temporarily made allowances for forms of political expression that would normally violate our rules, like violent speech, such as death to the Russian invaders. Now, I like that. It's political expression. It's not actual expression. We don't really want to kill Putin. We just want to say we do, and it's political. It's definitely not real. We still won't allow credible calls for violence against Russian civilians. That's what that says, but the headline above says this. Oh, civilians no, soldiers yes. Okay. Citing the Reuters story, Russia's embassy in the United States demanded that Washington stop the extremist activities of Meta. But what Russia doesn't understand is that in the United States, Facebook owns the government. Facebook owns the government. Whatever Facebook wants, they will do. You're thinking about your country where you actually run the show. We don't, in the United States, we don't run the show. We let corporations run the show. They tell us what to do. And so you've got that wrong. Users of Facebook and Instagram did not give the owners of these platforms the right to determine the criteria of truth and pit nations against each other, the embassy said on Twitter in a message that was also shared by their India office. This is exactly right. This is what adults in the room looks like. Okay? And we certainly have lost the high moral ground and for anything. So, anyway, it says the temporary policy changes calls for violence to Russian soldiers apply to Armenia, Azerbaijan, Estonia, Georgia, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, Romania, Russia, Slovakia, and Ukraine. In the email recently sent to moderators, Meta highlighted a change in its hate speech policy pertaining to both Russian soldiers and Russians in the context of the invasion. We are issuing a spirit of the policy allowance to allow T1 violent speech that would otherwise be removed under the hate speech policy when A, targeting Russian soldiers except prisoners of war. So you can't say we hope that the prisoners of war are dead, but you can say we hope the Russian soldiers are dead. Or B, targeting Russians where it's clear that the context is Russian invasion of Ukraine. i.e. the contract. So you can formulate a post on Facebook that foments violence. It just has to be within the rules of the exceptions that they've made. I mean, seriously. We're doing this because we've observed that in the specific content, Russian soldiers are being used as a proxy for the Russian military. The hate speech policy continues to prohibit attacks on Russians. That's not what it says. It says Russian soldiers and Russians. And no offense, look, it's all one country. Like, it's okay to make fun of the United States soldiers, but not the United States citizens. You would do that. You would let people around the world go ahead and mock the United States soldiers. That's how messed up Facebook is. That's how messed up the logic of the tech oligarchs is. Last week, Russia said it was banning Facebook in the country in response to what it said were restrictions of access to Russian media on the platform. Moscow has cracked down on tech companies, including Twitter, which said it is restricted in the country during its invasion of Ukraine, which it calls a special operation. Now, I think that if the United States were to say to Facebook, we're going to shut you off in 2 days if you don't fix this. Well, by fix this, I mean you let people be on your platform and say what they want to say. Now, we don't want child porn. We don't want any of that stuff. Just say what you're allowed to say and be done with it. Now, that's normal. That would be fine. They're not going to do that, though, because, again, Facebook owns the government. And they own the Republicans and Democrats. Don't confuse yourself by thinking that because you vote for one party that you're going to get some sort of outcome that you want. Every single policy that you want, okay, is on the table, and it has been for 50 years, and no one does anything about it. Why do you think that is? It's better to keep it. It's better to keep your little belief that if you vote a certain way, they're going to make the changes. That's part of the game that's being played. It says many major social media platforms have announced new content restrictions around the conflict, including blocking Russia's state media and Sputnik in the European Union, and have demonstrated carve-outs in some of their policies during the war. Now, I would say that even if it is state media, even if it is, I mean, China, do you not realize that all media from China is state media? See, it doesn't. And you say, well, China hasn't invaded a country yet. But I guarantee you the rules will be different for the Chinese because they own the United States, and especially tech. I mean, there's no question. So it says emails also showed that Meta would allow praise of the right-wing Azov battalion, which is normally prohibited in a charge change first reported by The Intercept. It says the Meta spokesperson previously said the company was for the time being making a narrow exception for the praise of the Azov regiment, strictly in the context of defending Ukraine or their role as part of the Ukraine National Guard. Now, look up the Azov battalion on some browser, okay, and tell me that they're aligned with the United States and their interest. I mean, this is a major mess, okay? And it's funny to me, you know, during the Iraq War, the original Iraq War, there was no Facebook. And so the weird thing to me is during that time, if you didn't support the war, I did. But if you didn't, there was really no medium to voice your displeasure. You could send an email. Now we can do this on these massive platforms. And what good does it do? What good does it do? I mean, it's like, it's an act, like, part of the reason why, if, like, do I believe that the Brave browser is going to filter my search results for Russian disinformation? Yes, I do. The difference between them and the idiot at DuckDuckGo is that the guy at DuckDuckGo said that that's what they were doing. There's like a law in the European Union that says that you have to downrank stuff. For Russia, they've come up with that great solution to the problem. And that's what's funny to me is like we're living our lives, okay, all of us. And you've got people like that never look at Facebook, Twitter, or anything. And they're going about their day, they're working and they're living their life. And they say, "Oh, well, we're going to restrict this product from you." And they're like, "Okay." It only matters to the people that it matters to, if that makes any sense. Like, you just banned Facebook in Russia. Is everybody on Facebook in Russia? Probably not. So they don't really care. But in the United States, if we were to ban Facebook, oh my God. Look at what happened when we were looking at TikTok. That beacon of humanity. Okay. Is that a rant? Is it a 30-minute rant? No. I want you to see what's going on. And like, do you have to believe me? Like, do you have to I don't even know. What's the word I'm looking for? Do you have to accept my beliefs? No. No. Think for yourself. I think the best thing you could do is think for yourself. And if you're motivated by something that you read or something that you see and you believe it to be true, it's okay. It's okay. I don't want to restrict your speech. I don't want to restrict anything about you, and I don't want to restrict your thoughts, which is what free speech really is about. It's controlling your thoughts and being penalized for wrong thing, and I don't want to be that. So let's go and do something a little lighter. I love terrible real estate agent photographs. And I did one podcast about it, but because it's a visual medium and my podcast is for the road or for when you're working out at the gym, you know, you really want to talk about interest rates and stuff while you're on the treadmill, on the elliptical. But I just wanted to go over a few and laugh a little bit. Shouldn't we all get the chance to laugh every once in a while? Okay, so here we go. I think that you'll be able to see this pretty well on your screens because I've gotten everything in pretty good shape. Let's take a look here. So the first one, it says, impress your dinner guests by making tiny portions look gigantic. So just the funny part of it, I'm not laughing out loud, but it's a little table between two big chairs. Okay, what's this one here? It says, a faithful recreation of the final scene from the classic horror Don't Look Now. Ah, funny. And then this one says, confident he'd won this round in hide and seek, Jimmy emerged from the recycling to an empty house. So there's a little dude in a house that's empty. It's funny. A rare achievement, this image manages to convey the idea of furnished and unfurnished at the same time. Funny because it's so sparse. But there is stuff in it. In 1983, the New York Mafia's most important soft furnishings held a summit meeting to discuss control of their empire. That's funny. It says a total eclipse of the thumb. Man, I don't understand. On the iPhone, I have, like, I'll try to take a picture and my finger will be in a picture like 1 out of 4 times. And the camera's way up at the top. So I don't understand how that happens, but I do that. So I don't feel too, I don't. What we got here? Oh, if there's an opposite of Stairway to Heaven, I think we found it. Well, that's hilarious. You're going up the stairs to a toilet with not a closet, like not a door. Ugh. And then, which leaves only one question: how did they get in? See how see how like it's like that, and this fell down. And then this says, this shared courtyard is available for an hour a day, provided you can reach an agreement with the other inmates. Oh no. Whatever the explanation, if it involves these coat hangers, I don't want to hear it. Wow, that's a shot there. Shots fired. Then I saw this one before. No wonder the cushions are horrified. And then it's like, this one is like, Frank Lloyd Wright's less successful brother never really understood corners. So that's a good one. Wishing you all a deeply disappointing and poorly furnished Christmas. It says large flat side yard is perfect for your obese children. Okay, listen, you know that small hook above the fireplace? That's not what it's for. So he's got his jacket up there. Say, no, that's not what that's for. So, wow, it says it wasn't the end Bambi's mother had imagined for herself. That's terrible. That's terrible. Oh my God. Yes, this is real. It's a photograph of what I can only describe as a domestic horse. Why is there a horse in your house? It says you can't put a price on waking up to a view like that every morning. Oh, the worse Steve's constipation got, the more equipment he needed. Thank you. Thank you for this. This is not untidiness. This is what happened when bombs go off in your wardrobe. Okay. And then it says this features a fully fitted kitchen as viewed here by a drunk man lying on the floor. Oh no. Okay, guys, they're coming back. Hold still and keep quiet. So we have a fireplace to store our firewood for the fire we don't have. Oh, that's funny. And then it says one of the least successful characters from the Transformers series was elderly sofa gentleman. Tip: save on heating bills by not having any sources of heat. Thanks, but I'll take the couch. Wow. Wow. Don't let that badly lit crime scene at the bottom of the garden go to waste. Take a photograph of it and add it to your property listing and turn it into a selling point. Oh, man. Yeah. I saw that one. That reminds me. Must buy a new toast rack. Oh, man. All right. And then this one's funny. Russell is fondly remembered for his bold approach to interior decor. Okay. So hopefully we kind of put the scene down a little bit. I didn't want to get too vicious on my. I want to check something here. I don't know why I don't have that much on the live streams this morning. Like, was stuff down or what's going on? All right, well, it's that time. Let's take a look at some real estate, some homes. We're going to be in Arizona like a lot the next couple days. It's huge, and just deal with it. Okay? We're going to Scottsdale. Ever been to Scottsdale? My mom has. She said it's very nice. I have not. I know they got the Barrett Jackson auction there. This is terrible. I don't even like the pictures here, but this is $29.5 million. That's a lot of money. 8 bedrooms, 15 baths, 21,150 square feet on a 4.66 acre lot. Let's take a look at that. That seems like something we'd be interested. So that's the front of the house, I think. And it's on a little hill or mountain, whatever you want to say. It's been on the market 13 days. It's got a 12-car garage. Property history says it just came to market. In 2010, the listing was removed at $3.8 million. And now we're at $29.5 asking. It says exquisite. Oh, I see. So it really wasn't. That was the piece of land. So so this was a newly built home. It was built in 2021. I should have read that. Sorry. Exquisite modern elegance means raw desert beauty in this one-of-a-kind Scottsdale estate. Altitude at Silverleaf, newly constructed in 2021 by Mass Luxury Homes. Located on the most prominent peak in the prestigious summit at Silverleaf community. And sitting on nearly 5 acres, city and desert views abound from every interior room and generous outdoor space. The privately gated circular driveway features resort-style welcome that leads to a stunning mountain backdrop. complete with an elevated covered viewing tower to fully take in the McDowell Sonoran Preserve's majesty. Once inside, incredibly high ceilings give way to 3 levels of remarkable finishes, including extensive use of imported natural stone with a special focus on marble and natural quartzite, and 5 natural stone fireplace. Darren Tackett with Remax Fine Properties. Now, I don't think he thinks this is going to sell tomorrow. Okay. And it's got 115 pictures. And I'm not going to look through 115 pictures. But let's just take a look. Now, I suspect this home is being built to spec, meaning that they don't really have a perfect buyer in mind. They're just going to build a really nice house and they're going to hope somebody buys it. So I don't know how they get financing for it. I mean, that's just over the top gorgeous. I mean, really. I hope that's not, it's an infinity pool with built-in chairs. And then you have this space here to look over even closer. And just a gorgeous view. You got a hot tub over there. And it's just amazing. And, when we talk about luxury homes, look at that. Should there be premiums for homes? Like, should you get yes, absolutely. If a home has a uniqueness, a quality in the land or the home, architecturally, absolutely. Absolutely. I'm all for that. What I'm not for is the McBride in St. Louis, the McBride home that is got a brick facade. It's a warehouse inside, and it's maybe 3,000 square feet, and they charge $600,000 for it. That's not luxury. That's just stupid. There's nothing exciting or compelling about that. And that's what I hope that makes sense. That's what my problem is. I mean, will I sell one? Yeah. If somebody wants that, yes. But we're talking about my personal preference. My personal preference is something unique. And by unique, I mean there's not a whole lot of them. It's not a track home. Now, I don't know how the windows work here. Oh, there's the thing. And I'm big on these outdoor spaces now. I never used to be. But I never knew they existed. Growing up, at my parents' house, they took the room that was the outside porch and they turned it into a living room. My house, it's a 1-car garage, so we couldn't even do that in ours. So it's just the outside, and my wife has done a fine job of making a nice little space outside, but it's nothing like this, and it's never gonna be. I mean, look at that. I don't even know what that is. Is that the kitchen? Or is that a bedroom with the closet? I have no idea. That's the kitchen, I guess, because we're in the kitchen area. This house, the problem I see online with it is it's a new house and has no furniture. So we're left with this difficult time trying to figure out where things would go if we lived there. I mean, it's beautiful. It's just gorgeous. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's just very hard to understand what we're going for here. Okay, I'm done because I don't want to look at 115 pictures. Now this is it's on 100 acres, $20 million. The pictures look bad. I'm going to try it, but if the pictures stay this bad, I'm not staying. It says presented by Walt Disney. It says 568 days on the market, built in 1996, 4 beds, 8 baths, 8,744 square feet. It was listed in 2020, and the details are, I don't know. And not Walt Disney. It's Walt Danley. So the pictures here are crap. So not very interesting. So we're done. I swear that said Walt Disney, and I was like, how is Walt Disney selling a house in 2022 from the grave? And I thought maybe it was a relative or something. Well, I was wrong. You can make fun of me in the chat. Let's check the chat. Oh yeah, there's no one here. Okay. Here we go. This is Rim Rock. 81 pictures. See, we're in Arizona, and they've decided they're going to just do ridiculous amounts of photos. 196 days on the market, 4-car garage. Property history says listed since 2020. Property details, not that much. Backdrop by the magnificent McDowell Mountains. This incredible silverleaf estate boasts dramatic views of the vibrant golf course and twinkling city lights of the valley below. Designed and built for the most discerning, the home features qualities authentic of a timeless California estate, with a private gated entrance leading to an extended driveway and grand motor court. Impeccable attention to detail, the finest materials, and unparalleled craftsmanship were executed perfectly throughout. Well, that's your opinion. Strategically placed on a 9-acre signature home site, this is the 13,111-foot 6 en-suite bedrooms, 8-bath, timeless home with a detached 1,789 square foot 2-bedroom guest home, the first home built in Silverleaf to achieve LEED certification for energy efficiency. Okay. I mean, we'll look at it. It's nice, right? I mean, that's a beautiful view. We don't have cactus here like I just want you to see this. See that cactus? I don't have anything like that here. Wouldn't know what to do with it. Oh, that's a very nice look. The real modern one that we saw that was really expensive didn't give me what I wanted. I didn't feel like it was home. I mean, that's a huge kitchen. 2 massive stoves. I mean, the gas line must be 2 inches that runs to that. Fascinating. So there's a sink here, I guess, to wash your hands. And then there's a bigger sink here, like in its own space to do the dishes. I don't know. I'm making stuff up as I go, I guess. I like this house. This has elements of homes from St. Louis from the 1920s. The arches, the color of the wood. This is a cool house. 19 million. I mean, if I could have this house or the other house for $10 million more, that other house to me is not worth $10 million more. That make me a bad person. And I haven't seen the theater room, and we're 50 pictures and I quit. This is new construction. This doesn't appear to be new construction. Let's take a look at it. 16 million, 7 beds. I mean, this house here is cool. 8,500 square feet for 15 million. But let's take a look at this one. 16 million, 7 bedrooms, 11 and a half baths, 15,000 square feet on a 6-acre lot. So what do we have here? Been on the market 39 days. It's a 6-car garage. Property details are longer than some books that I've read. It was listed just in 2022. Let's take a look. So I have no problem with these pictures. If they could put like a square around the property, that'd be nice. And the problem, I think some people are afraid to do that. Some brokers are afraid, and I don't blame them, is they don't want to be sued if like someone says, oh, the map says this, but that's not what we got. I know like a picture on a page shouldn't, for listing purposes, maybe if you put like for listing purposes only, double check with your survey. Something of that nature might help, but it would be nice to see the property. That is not a real dog, but there is a dog bowl. Kind of interesting. I don't know why you need that. They say this is the hacienda style. It's nice. I mean, 16 million is a lot of money to me. And we're 23 pictures in. I haven't seen a bedroom. Why not? This is an odd room. I mean, they've got a computer there, but it's like an office. I mean, that's a bathroom. Theater room. There's a bedroom. Okay. Nice bathroom. Nice shower. It's weird. Like you see this stuff, and it's so far away from the city, and I think to myself, like, why do I want to live that far away? It's cool. All right. All right. Let's check. Okay. We don't have anybody in chat, so we got to keep going. We'll get in the articles now. I don't believe this. I don't believe this graph. This is from Keeping Current Matters, and like so, agents can buy this, and then we'll get sent these articles, and then we can send them to our buyers or sellers, and then they would like that in theory. But it seems like spam to me. My inbox is is a disaster. So I'm all for not having a bunch of more emails sent to my peeps. They may not appreciate it. They may not use me, in the future because they forgot about who I am, but at least their inbox is clean. Or I'm not contributing to their inbox issues. I know that sounds bad, but I don't know where I'm at. Okay, it says a recent survey revealed that many consumers believe that there's a housing bubble beginning to form. Now, I believe that it has been a bubble and it'll continue to be a bubble. That feeling is understandable as year-over-year home price appreciation is still in the double digits. However, this market is very different than it was during the housing crash 15 years ago. Here's 4 reasons why today is nothing like the last time. And let me just say this. The market always looks the best before it falls off a cliff. Okay? So when you say people are afraid, but we're just not seeing that in the data. Okay? That transforms quickly to, oh my God, this data is terrible. So I just noticed there's a lot of dust on my microphone arm. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do that because I think that's gross, and I don't think you should have to look at it. Oh, you can see the dust just fell. Got my towel here. Now that's done. Okay. It says, houses are not unaffordable like they were during the housing boom. I disagree. It says the affordability formula has 3 components: the price of the home, wages earned by the purchaser, and the mortgage rate available at the time. Conventional lending standards say a purchaser not spend more than 20% of their gross income on their mortgage payment. 15 years ago, prices were high, wages were low, and mortgage rates were over 6%. Today, prices are still high. Wages, however, have increased, and the mortgage rate, even after the recent spike, is well below 6%. That means that the average purchaser today pays less for their monthly income toward their mortgage payment than they did back then. This is the problem with big numbers, like spread out over a large field. And for instance, okay, home mortgage payments are accelerating at a tremendous rate. So I don't know that, the data you're using to justify this is not where we need to be. This is just my thought. It says, if costs were so prohibitive, how did so many homes sell during the housing boom? Well, that question is a good one. I can remember in the early days of the pandemic, people were just trying to get out of large cities and get away from people so that they would, in theory, not catch the disease or virus that was going around. I can also remember people buying different houses because they were going to have to work from home and they realized it and they didn't have any space to do so. This is my impression. That I don't have any data to support this. This is just the way I saw it. It says, number 2, another reason why we're not in a boom or a bubble, I'm sorry. Mortgage standards were much more relaxed during the boom. And that's true. It says during the housing bubble, it was much easier to get a mortgage than it is today. Example, let's review the number of mortgages granted to purchasers with credit scores under 620. According to credit.org, a credit score between 550 to 619 is considered poor. In defining those with a score below 620, they explain, credit agencies consider consumers with credit delinquencies, account rejections, and a little credit history as subprime borrowers due to their high credit risk. But buyers can still qualify for a mortgage with a credit score that low, but they're considered riskier borrowers. Here's the graph showing the mortgage volume issued to purchasers with a credit score less than 620 during the housing boom and subsequent volume in the 14 years since. So they're saying like, oh, look, here's terrible amount of bad credit scores. And then, oh, look, now we're not doing bad credit scores. So that's not a problem. The mortgage standards are nothing like they were the last time. Purchasers that acquired a mortgage over the last decade are much more qualified. Let's take a look at what that means going forward. Oh, gosh. So then the foreclosure situation is nothing like it was during the crash. The most obvious difference is the number of homeowners that were facing foreclosure after the housing bubble burst. And this is a disingenuous argument to me, number 3, because it's after the Federal Reserve issued a report showing the number of consumers with a new foreclosure notice. Here's the numbers during the crash compared to today. Okay, that was during the crash. So 2007, 2008. Now, we're not in no one said we've crashed in the marketplace yet. Okay. But let's see what happens when there is a crash and see the data then and compare that to the 4 years of the housing crash starting in 2007. And then finally, we don't have a surplus of homes on the market. We have a shortage. The supply of inventory needed to stay in a normal real estate market is approximately 6 months. Anything more than that is an overabundance and will cause prices to depreciate. Anything less than that is a shortage and will lead to pronounced or continued price appreciation. The next graph, we were too many homes for sale from 2007 to 2010, and that caused prices to tumble. Today, there's a shortage of inventory. So what I have a problem with on this graph, this is 2 out of the 4 things are showing what the market is right now and comparing that to when the market crashed. The more accurate comparison should be when the market crashed then and when the market crashes now. Do you understand what I'm saying? Did I go too far away from the microphone? How in the world can I still have only 1 viewer and I've been at this for like 2 months? Like why aren't people jumping over to the real estate game? What's your problem? Okay, here we go. So that's the article. I disagree 100%. That's why I'm not interested in sending articles to my buyers and my sellers that I don't feel are accurate or don't really have the ability to be. This is not accurate to me. This would be disinformation, in my opinion. Okay. I'm for them writing the article. I just think it's disinformation. It's not true. It provides for a belief that I don't share. Okay, this is going to be a large article, and I'm not going to read all of it because it's too granular. But the headline, the headline I think is reasonable, and so we'll go from there and just figure this out. Okay, it says. Mortgage lending across U.S. drops at the fastest pace in almost 3 years during the 4th quarter. So what happened? Why is that? I have people just texting me like, you want to buy insurance like all the time. I don't need health insurance. I already have it. Thank you. Okay, so what I did, which was kind of funny and wrong. So I have 2 friends in the lending game, and I talked to them and I said, "Hey, are your applications down?" They're like, the one's like, "I don't track applications. It's not a metric that I need to worry about." And then the other one was like, "Yeah, mine are down, but I mean, they will be because the mortgage rates are up." It makes perfect sense to me. If the mortgage rates are up, refinancing and new home purchases should slow. Should. It says Adam, a leading curator of real estate data world nationwide, and they are. I mean, they have many, many good reports for land and property data. Today, it released its 4th quarter 2021 U.S. residential property mortgage origination report, which shows that 3.27 million mortgages secured by residential property were originated in the fourth quarter of 2021 in the United States. That figure was down 11% from the third quarter of 2021 and 13% from the fourth quarter of 2020. The total numbers of mortgages issued was down for the third quarter in a row, while the annual decrease marked the largest since late 2018. The overall drop-off resulted from across-the-board quarterly declines in all three categories of conventional loans: purchase, refinance, and home equity. Only purchases lending remained up from a year earlier. Overall, lenders issued $1.06 trillion worth of mortgages in the fourth quarter of 2021. That was down quarterly by 9% and annually by 7%. Both decreases in the dollar volume of loans were the largest since the early part of 2019 on the refinancing side. So I'm not going to go on it, but let's just get to this little part. The decrease and maybe why that is the latest numbers likely reflect several trends coming together at the same time. They include homeowner appetite for refinance loans finally getting satisfied and mortgage rates ticking upwards. In addition, a tight supply of homes for sale throughout the coronavirus pandemic has helped drive prices up but purchases down. That's true. The tight supply of homes is an issue. It says the receding volume of business for the residential mortgage industry is now showing up across major categories of loans and appears to be more than just a temporary slide. The ebbing wave of refinanced loan that started in early 2021 has fully spread to home purchase and home equity lending. No doubt, total lending levels are still up over normal amounts over the past decade, and the drop-off in purchase loans seems to flow from a lack of housing supply rather than the housing market boom ending. But declining business for lenders remains a key point to watch in assessing the state of the market, especially with interest rates expected to climb this year. I agree with that. This is different. This is more information. I'm not interested in going over it. But what I would say is this: if you're a mortgage lender and you started your business, if you're like, say, better.com, you're in trouble. You're in trouble because the market's changing. What you could get away with in a good market versus now is not the same. And so we will see companies that depend heavily on refinance go under, or at least be bought out. There will be changes to their overall business model. Let's go to where I want to be. With that, I'm going to head on out. Got a busy day today, and I'd love to bring you along with me. I love how great the camera is doing right now. I am going to go in and change the f-stop and ISO by myself, but I'm not going to do it for a while. What's happening in my theater room is that they'll change the ISO and the f-stop depending on if I move my head. So right there, there'll be like more of a flash, and I don't like that. But anyway, thank you for watching. Come on over. Look, after the live stream, put a comment in the comment section. Well, I'll answer it. I mean, I've got plenty of time, right? I got plenty of time for people that want to ask questions. Maybe I know you guys watch it later, which has always been weird to me, but whatever. But let's enjoy it. I like bringing the information that I read to you and giving you my opinion, and I hope that you also enjoy it.